Hello viewers and welcome to part 3 of my Racer Unbounded coverage. So here we are looking at a couple of domination races, and I'm going to have a little talk about the game so far. So obviously we first saw it last year. We've been covering it obviously since the E3 build 2011, and originally it just seemed like it was way too early to be shown. There were so many features that weren't in it. We then played it again in December. We saw the new build, which includes some multiplayer, and we weren't able to show everything we wanted to from that. But the interesting new addition of the track builder was in there, and that's something which we haven't touched on yet, but we're going to look at. But overall, really, it was Ridge Racer atmosphere. It was lacking massively. The graphics, nothing really sort of felt right. It didn't feel polished or anything else. Playing a final game, it's moved on massively, you know, in look, in feel, and everything else. Now, looking at my earlier videos, I was looking at some of the comments here and there on different forums and stuff, and some people said to me, "You're not drifting enough," and that's because I think they're getting mixed up that this is a Ridge Racer game, a traditional Ridge Racer game, where it's easy to drift and drifting is the fastest way. But actually, it's not. If you're drifting the car, you're often slower than, unless you get a perfect drift, and that depends on the type of corner and your approach. But if your approach isn't absolutely perfect or well suited, or you're going too fast, the drift will simply spin out and smack into the outside wall. So you actually need to brake to slow the car down with a little bit of drift, so you can get a little bit of power out of it. But hitting the wall will damage you more. You know, you'll probably get the drift, sure, you'll probably get the boost option, sorry, out of it, but it will affect you more down the straight. So I prefer to drive some of the corners and put a really good racing line in. Remember, this is 50% standard racing game in it as well. These tunnels in this section, absolutely fantastic. We can see a destroy moment, and I blew up on the actual destroy point. Wasn't entirely certain why. I played that level twice and ended up smacking into that both times, and it said I'd crashed. Whatever though, we'll come around and we'll see that again. Actually, I did break the area open. So through the tunnels then, losing it a little bit. So I commentate this to you. It's running at about 4 frames a second on my editing software. The tunnels give a great sensation of speed, but they are very dark. I wish they were just a little bit brighter. It just helped me to guide where we're going. But either way, it's a lot of fun. This is a really intense race. Love the intensity of it. Trying to get as close to these guys in front. I know if I can get close enough to the back of them, the slipstreaming gives you sort of boost power points, if you like. So I've got a couple more there, and sometimes when you hit obstacles, that gives you a couple of points as well. But you need to hit them at high speed. So braking here, I know I'll get it here. There we go, so I'm powered up now. You want to get your speed up first, so get your top speed up. Always quick over the jumps. Nice high speed section now where you know you can really unleash that power and benefit from it. Went through those building supports, they don't slow you down and they do give you more power. And again here, this high speed corner through the wall, and I was knocked from behind. So as I was going through the corner, took a nudge from somebody who was speeding, and so now I'm thinking, now this is a good example here. You can see I went from quite high up the order down in just a second. The difficulty of this game so far has been, it's been a little bit too difficult at times, a little bit frustrating. I've had races where I've done a perfect run and ended in second place, and you just think to yourself, it really is a little bit luck based at times that certain cars end up in certain places, whatever. I do find from my perspective that the CPU is often a lot quicker through the corners. I've tried to play online at the moment, but there's not enough players online yet, so I'm going to wait until that's out and do some online sessions. And then once I've opened up more of the city, I'll unlock more blocks to build a city, and then I'll start working on the track editor. Overall though, I am finding it a lot more fun than I was ever expecting it to be. This is for me a complete departure from all the stuff I've been doing so far with the iRacing or whatever you're seeing with the project cars, the Formula 1. It's crazy arcade fun, and for me it's quite a regression to playing something like this, because it does still have a nice arcade-like feeling to it of dare I say, Ridge Racers of old. The music really brings it all together for me, so it's nice. But let's not get mixed up with Ridge Racer games. This is not a Ridge Racer game traditional in any way, shape or form. But then saying that, for me, Ridge Racer, the last Ridge Racer game was Ridge Racer 5. As soon as they brought in this drifting to get boost option, nitro, that was it for me. That's not Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer originally was a traditional racing game. It was a simulator. It had a 6-speed gearbox in the arcade machine. It was the real driving simulator. So it did kind of lose its way a bit on the initial console transition, which was brilliant, by the way, back in '94. And again, as we moved from Ridge Racer 5 to Ridge Racer 6 and Ridge Racer on the PSP, again they brought in the nitro gauges and everything else, and that transformed it entirely. So, working my way through here, first place. So I've made it back up. Lucky I've done these sections, this makes it a lot quicker for me. And I'm down into second. I'm thinking, no! I can't believe it! And I'm just thinking, give me some boost! Give me some boost! Yes! Just over the line. That was a little bit stressful at the end there, but it was good fun. I love arcade gaming for that reason. It was really good fun. So that was a quick look at one of the Ridge Racer sort of new tunnel tracks I've unlocked so far. Then on this video now we've got another no comment run. I like to have no comment runs on these particular videos because it's all part of the music and the atmosphere and everything, rather than just traditional driving and stuff like that. So on to another race now. I've learnt the layout of this part of the city a little bit better, and the daylight really sort of suits the whole vibe of it as well, rather than the sort of dingy night and orangey hues that people have pointed out in the comments. So I'm going to leave you with this now, and in the next few days I'm going to be looking at the frag mode and the track builder mode and the online modes as well in this game. So if you're playing it, you're enjoying it, do let me know and give me your thoughts as well. That's it from me for now, viewers. As ever, more soon.